Today we're looking at explosion effects for dioramas and tabletop terrain. So here we can see we have some miniatures and we have some burning bonfires or clouds of smoke or explosions, something that you could put on a tabletop and have a little bit of interaction. Something like a car flips over and becomes a wreck, or a fireball spell is cast in D&D. Well, these are really cool. They're just made by a tea light, which is something you can buy at the dollar store that takes a standard battery and makes it look like a candle. And when you put this ball of fluff over it and you spray paint the edge black, now it looks like smoke. So this is something people have been doing for a long time. And you can only do so much to improve on it because it's such a good idea to start with. So here I made a diffuser that spreads the light a little more smoothly. And you can decide if you want a whiter light or a more yellow light. You can get a solid light that doesn't flicker, or you could have the flicker be faster or slower if you can find a tea light that matches it. But what if you want the flame to be a different color? Or what if you want it to be something completely different that doesn't even flicker? Something like a thundercloud. Well, that's where this piece comes in. It should look a lot like our other tea lights, but it doesn't really work like one because inside it we have a homemade circuit board. And each of these 4 buttons controls something about the animation. So right now it's set to orange candle with the flicker of flame and medium speed and medium hue. But if we wanted to make this something a little more special, we could change the color to bright green perhaps. And right now it's still flickering because that's what it was doing before. But maybe a cloud of green smoke or green flame wouldn't be flickering. Maybe a cloud of poison would be swirling or breathing, something radioactive. So we have an animation for that. Now it breathes in and out like something alien. And that's not a coincidence, that's a combination of an animation and a color scheme. So lots and lots of effects can be made by combining your favorite color scheme and animation. And they don't all have to be smoke clouds. That's just where this began. So if we wanted to make something else on our table light up, it could be the lights on a building or a spaceship. It could be an arcane portal with the swirl of these LEDs. We could change the color, change the animation. They could do whatever we'd like, because these microchips are programmed by me. So if we want to make a spell effect for Dungeons & Dragons for Thundercloud, I don't know, that's probably not a spell. We could make it blue, make this random flashing animation. That looks a little fast. Maybe that's more like sparks from a ship, a derelict spacecraft. But if we slow it down a bit, it could be more like the crash of thunder. And any amount of tuning that we need to do can always be done later because I'm the one who made the chip. So these are basically an evolution of the tea light. What can we animate on our tabletops if we controlled everything about the light that came out of these tea lights? Well, we could make motion like a swirling spiral vortex. We could make a storm cloud. We can make a fiery cloud. We could make a flowing river, or a river of lava or poison, because it doesn't have to be any one color, any certain speed, any certain type of animation. All of those are open for business because now we have custom animations in the size of a tea light. That's what this is right here. Just the battery and the microchip and the button to control what's going on inside this portal. So if you want a green portal or maybe a pair of green portals, you could set them up today as a portal, and tomorrow when you need a fiery explosion, you unplug that terrain piece from the LED controller. You set it off to the side, and you set something up on your LED controller that suits your scenario. The whole system is modular. Batteries are standard and replaceable. It's easily controlled with buttons right on the chip. Still a work in progress though. And this little ghost in the background, this is just an ornament with a tea light. Little ghost that sits on a shelf, reading a book. And if you wanted your ghost to be a different color, or to pulse in and out, you could do that too. Just need a new tea light. A premium tea light with custom animations.